it's Jimmy Kimmel Live! Tonight, Woody Harrelson. From the city, Whitney Port. And music from Shinedown. With Lito and the Cleatons. It's Jimmy Kimmel. And now, don't sweat it. Here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you for watching. Welcome to the show. I'm Jimmy. Some disappointing news for America today. I'm sure you've heard for the first time, maybe ever, Oprah has failed us. Our president, Barack Obama, our First Lady, Michelle Obama, and our queen, Oprah Winfrey, traveled all the way to Denmark to pitch Chicago as the host of the Olympics in 2016. And, well, here's who they picked.
Rio de Janeiro.
Wait a minute, why is our governor rooting for Rio? That is ridiculous. I have to say, I'm happy for Rio. It'll be nice to finally see some celebrating in that dreary little town. They say it was the prostitutes that put them over the hump. Actually, it was kind of a no-brainer. As the Brazilians pointed out in their presentation, Rio is mostly known for this, whereas Chicago is primarily known for this. And that may have tipped the scales in the inaugural ball. She went all the way to Copenhagen for, in fact, they finished 4th. And needless to say, she is not happy at all.
On today's Oprah. All new, we blow up Copenhagen! Boom! Next.
Well, that's what they got. And if you happen to see a badly bruised Stedman in the next few weeks, don't ask any questions. He walked into a door, okay? But don't feel too bad, Chicago. Maybe you don't have the Olympics, but you still have Fat Willie's Rib Shack on Schubert Avenue. And in the long run, I think that's going to give you a lot more pleasure than watching skinny Kenyans run past Wrigley Field, right? Oprah shouldn't feel bad either. She still has the ability to turn things into gold. Oprah's doctor, Dr. Oz, has a new TV show that focuses specifically on answering questions about poop. Denise.
Hi, Dr. Oz. I had this big question, this big debate about corn. When I eat corn, it comes out the same way that I've eaten it. So.
It does.
Look at how he lights up when they ask about poop. He's absolutely giddy. It might be time for Dr. Oz to have a sit-down with Dr. Phil and work some things out. Some bad news for music fans. Kanye West's tour with Lady Gaga has been canceled. I know. They were days away from announcing dates for their tour, but the two camps reportedly weren't getting along. Apparently, Kanye's people were saying things about Lady Gaga behind her back, and finally she said, "Hey, say it to the weird cloth stretched across my face." So, this is a big disappointment, especially for those of us who enjoy saying the words Kanye and Lady Gaga in the same sentence. But fortunately, Kanye has a plan up his sleeve, and he's teaming up with a number of artists for this. Really, I've never seen this sort of thing done before.
You love his music. Now see him live as Kanye West embarks on a worldwide tour of other artists' tours. You'll see Kanye performing his greatest hits before audiences that came to see other incredible artists, including Taylor Swift in Chicago, Bruce Springsteen in Boston, Sting in Seattle, the Jonas Brothers in Miami, the Black Eyed Peas in Minneapolis, Beyonce Knowles in London, and many more. Kanye West 2009, Bud in a Palooza. Get your tickets today.
Never know where he might pop up. This is interesting. I don't mean to boast, but ABC, the network that runs this show, has more of what they call upscale viewers. In other words, people who make more than $100,000 a year than any other network. Thank you. So I was thinking that Can I borrow $35 million from somebody? They say wealthy people prefer ABC because, unlike some networks, we don't take your money, hide it in one of 26 briefcases, and then make you guess where it is. ABC has 7 of the top 15 shows among upscale viewers. Can you believe that, Guillermo?
Yes, Jimmy.
You can believe that. Your research supports that?
Yes.
It does, okay. And to try to attract more of those people to our show here late at night, we've got a new segment for wine connoisseurs that I think you're going to like.
And now, the splendid grape with Guillermo.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the Splendid Grape. I'm Guillermo, editor-in-chief of B&O Buff magazine. Today we're going to be tasting a Cabernet Sauvignon from Riccioli Barnyard in Sonoma County, California. This is a 2003 vintage. Let's taste it. Shall we? That's why I don't like wine. It tastes like pee. Sucks. I don't like wine.
All right, well, need some fine-tuning, but we're going to get it. Nicely done, Guillermo. If you have a young girl between the ages of fetus and 14, no doubt you have a house full of these American Girl dolls. Have you seen these? They're dolls. The little girls go crazy for them. Each doll has some kind of characteristic. One's from New York. One wears bell bottoms, and they have a new one, a doll named Gwen, that's homeless. It's a homeless doll that lives in a car with her mom because her father abandoned them. That's the story. That's a nice thing to put in a little girl's head. Daddy might bolt and leave you to live in the Buick, you know? Some people like it, though, and Gwen can be yours for $95, which coincidentally happens to be the average annual income for a homeless person. The American Girl Company said the doll offers valuable lessons about life, and they're disheartened to learn that there's been any confusion about their characters, which I guess that makes sense, but how do they explain Sharina, the American Girl street hooker, which is... they call her Sharina, but you can name her anything you want, actually. This is... This you're gonna like. There's a show on the BBC called Last Chance to See. 2 guys named Stephen and Mark go to exotic locations in search of animals that are about to be extinct, and then they kill them on camera. No, they don't kill them on camera. You're a very dumb group, aren't you? They just look at them. On this upcoming episode, Steve and Mark went to New Zealand, where they found a very rare, very fat parrot who became extremely comfortable with Mark right away.
Sirocco is clearly only interested in one thing.
Oh, look at that.
God, he's got sharp claws.
He's getting a bit crispy.
Do you think that he's actually attempting a sort of mating ritual? He is. Oh, you must. You are being sad.
Well, not ow. Come on, sharp.
Look, he's so happy. Ow, what? Ow. He's really going for it.
There's a lot of self-control. Maybe the reason they're going extinct is because they're humping human beings' heads. All right, on that note, it's Friday night, and it's time for our weekly tribute to the FCC, where we bleep and blur things whether they need it or not. It is This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
We've actually been together 56 years. We're married 50. We f***ed around for 6 years with practice.
Since we're just going balls to the wall here, I woke up on the floor with the table on top of me and my dog f***ing me.
The IOC's decision is a kick to the for the residents of Chicago.
And no matter what your celebrity used to do, you have to always, always, always their face.
So my daughter comes home with stains, paint stains and stains and all kinds of stains.
The thrower was apparently targeting the IMF chief, but missed.
This is actually the first time I've ever a pig.